Yeah, Quinn Lund.
Quinn
It's
Lund
Quinn
was
Lund.
one of them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know that guy. I know that
I know
guy.
him.
But
There was actually an Easter egg of Quinn Lund in episode 1.
really?
When Jar Jar's eating the frog, and he tells him Chesco Sebulba, Aluminum Matati, whatever the hell, and he pushes him, tell him to calm down, because I actually have it pulled up because I didn't know if we were going to get there, but it's an Easter egg that us fanboys would see, but let me see if I can pull it up. If it is here, but he is in the background eating whatever the hell he's eating, but it's him in the back right there, and he's right there in the back.
Oh,
and that's him. And it's one of those Easter eggs that was like, is that him? Is that him? And then people think that this could be like a lightsaber, maybe, or his leg. We don't know, but that can't tell me that's not him, bro. You can't tell me that's not him.
I can, and I that's something I never picked up on.
I've never seen that.
It was kind of cool when they brought him. I was like, oh my god, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I don't know. I picked him up.
Yeah, he's a cool character. I mean, he was in not Rebels, Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yeah.
So he's a pretty cool character. Like really, really cool character. I would not mind seeing him have his own show.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get away from the legacy characters that I think Catherine Kennedy called them, this would be it. He's a cool guy,
I still think they're afraid to get too far away from the legacy characters. You want to get away from Skywalker, still. You still want to go. I think they're afraid.
Yeah,
it was her in wait, he had the love story with what's her name from also the Clone Wars, the bald chick, Ventress, what's her name? Can't remember her name.
Oh my god, I know you're talking about too.
The one from Clone Wars. Yeah. Ventress something.
Sounds familiar. I really got to get this.
Yeah, I got to get it together.
I haven't. I had like the animated series. I haven't really watched. I was always just reading up on these, and then that's how I know a lot of these names. But I probably should get into them. I heard they're pretty good.
Oh yeah, they're amazing.
Yeah,
okay. I agree. I'd like to see more kind of the supporting characters rather than, because it's been like either legacy or fan favorites, like hence the what we're getting now or the Ahsoka series. But yeah, I'd love there's a part of me just especially as far as the animated Clone Wars series goes that was kind of bridging the gap between episode 2 and 3. Like me, I'd love to see a Kit Fisto series.
Ooh, yeah, Kit Fisto would be dope.
Like they did him so dirty in episode 3, man. Like
they did.
It just pissed me off so much.
Yeah, they made him look like he was like a Padawan. And he died instantly. I'm like, that's his legacy. I'm like, no, that sucks, man.
Yeah, like
I get it. He died by Emperor Palpatine. I get that. Okay, one of the strongest Siths in the universe, if not the best one. But it was just like, you're done. I'm like,
and I'm like, like the Padawan who was defending Bail Organa, who took out like 4 or 5 stormtroopers. Or not stormtroopers, but stormtroopers.
Yeah, the clones.
Yeah, like he got to do all that, but Kit Fisto can't even take on.
Well, I mean, she also was against stormtroopers versus Palpatine, but I mean, again, I also agree that it was just like
a waste almost.
He could have like maybe got a shot in or two on his robes.
Yeah, like something,
super close.
Yeah, he did a couple blocks and then got slashed.
You just brought up some angry moments when I saw that, and in theaters, I was like, why?
Yeah,
I looked at my best friend. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like,
I'm like, really?
I'm like, that's Kit Fisto. And he just died. Like, I was so mad.
They did that a lot. Well, this is what I was talking about. So she's in Clone Wars and
Asajj Ventress.
The sisters,
Asajj Ventress. One of the witch sisters. So she becomes Dooku's apprentice. But her and Quinlan Quinlan.
Yeah, Quinlan.
They kind of have like a love thing, and he turns dark side, and then he becomes good, and she becomes good, and she kind of grows her hair out, and they have a really pretty cool story, and I would not mind seeing that like live action. Like that would be like a super awesome story. Like do that. Like there's like some things.
Dude, that would be actually really good.
Star Wars can do so much. Disney can do so much.
Yeah,
my wife is reading the Clone War Stormtroopers series. It's the Omega series. It's a story of these 4 clones that went on missions together and how they were brothers and stuff together. How there's one chapter she was reading that they were always wearing the white all the time. And one of the guys leader goes, I just ordered these black ones. They're really cool. They just came in, and then they get sent to like freaking some snow planet, and he goes, well, that sucks. Like they gave him the black ones in a white planet, and he goes, they came in at the wrong time, but here we are. It was a pretty funny chapter she told me about, but Star Wars can go through the roof, and they don't even have to be the main characters. It's crazy.
There's a lot.
Here's the worry, because they've done a lot of bad things. A lot of these stories have fallen on their face, and because Star Wars, how many hits can you really take? And that's the question. How long can they continue to not make hits? And it's hard to take that risk, because what is, you have to take a risk of not doing a character who's not known. Are they strong enough to do that and take that risk on that? Even though some of their best movies are of characters that people don't know about.
Yeah. I think that the Disney Plus route, the series is a good way to go for now. It's a very good medium, and I think that it all boils down to who they're choosing to take these on. Like Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni. We've already seen The Mandalorian, and even Book of Boba Fett was, even though it was mostly, like I've said in the past, it was more or less just Mandalorian season 2.5. I think it was still solid enough, and
It was a solid Mandalorian season. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Mandalorian season 2.5. It was a great season of The Mandalorian, right? But I think it all depends. And when I say I think it depends, it boils down to who they pick. Like, I know Taika Waititi's doing something. They're not saying what exactly it is. I believe it's going to be a movie they announced.
From what I understand, it's going to be a movie. Yeah, but they're keeping it tight.
You think that fanboys are going to let Taika Waititi do this?
He's got enough.
He's different. No, he's different though. That's, if there's anything he is, he's not going to go the same route as everyone else. He is going to be different, and are they going to be able to stand for it?
And I think that's why I'm kind of excited for it, because it's going to be like a completely different flavor. Sometimes you got to mix it up. You got to switch it up. You have to kind of deviate from the normal formula. And I know a big topic that we've spoken about over the last couple of weeks was Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, and how that was a completely different. I don't think I've ever seen anything in a very long time be that influenced by its director. And I think that kind of worked for and against it. But I think with Waititi, I'm kind of excited, because in some capacity I've enjoyed pretty much everything he's done, be it the Thor Ragnarok, be it What We Do in the Shadows, Jojo Rabbit.
But it's all of it is very funny. It's done a certain way, and is Star Wars ready for that?
I think so.
It's going to be different.
Why not?
What
he said, he mentioned earlier, it's okay to veer off and go off to a different direction. Did you really think Rogue One was going to be as good as it was? It's one of my favorite Sar Wars movies, and
it's easily one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
Yeah,
that's why I think that they can easily do this. I understand a lot, people are going to hate certain things, but Rogue One was so good, and we not expect that at all.
Yeah, and it was a good breath of fresh air.
I thought the last trilogy could have been good if they would have stayed the direction they were going to go in from the first movie.
J.J. Abrams.
If the J.J. Abrams, they would have stayed that same direction, keep on going that same. I think they need to just trust themselves. Personally, if you're going to do something, do it. Trust yourself and get there. Don't listen to any of us saying what we're saying all this crazy stuff. Do what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because
I mean, I blame J.J. Abrams for that sequel trilogy. It was like, I was like, you wrote it all. Why didn't you just stay and do it instead? I don't want to get too much into it, but the difference though, why exactly is I think Taika can do different stuff because it's not going to be the main characters. It's going to be something completely different. It's going to be new, and I think you can try that with new characters that no one knows, in a different part of the galaxy. Do something different, be different, try a different taste of the Star Wars kind of world or galaxy, whatever. The same thing with Rogue One. Why they were able to kind of do certain things is like you knew where the story fit in, and they just took that one sentence that they said in episode 4, like, oh, a lot of people died to get this. And they made an entire movie out of it.
And it was awesome.
Was
great.
Yeah.
No,
so,
I like Taika. I would love to see if they give some regular characters. Give James Gunn a call and give him some regular characters and let him just develop something from there. I would like all that, but I just don't see Star Wars doing that.
I can see it. They need to. They need to. And Brandon said, like, the best spot is Disney Plus, because Marvel's doing it. From what I understand, the new Miss Marvel is going to be a very different kind of style made for younger kids, particularly young, like, girls, try to get them into theaters.
Yeah, which I'm really happy about, because Marvel is at that point where everything, they're doing individual genres now, or subgenres. This seems very like you said, oriented at preteens and like young girls, which is great.
We're gonna see Young Avengers soon.
And I'm hearing She-Hulk is going to be like a legal comedy, kind of along the lines of Ally McBeal, which I think is great. So yeah, I think crossing over and doing those subgenres might be the best thing for them. Keep things fresh and keep your viewers coming back for more.
How long do you think they could do that without extending the story?
I think they could do it for a while.
Different stories, or what you talking about?
So I'm saying you're gonna do all these individual, like, these smaller stories that are branching off. Can you do that without extending the timeline?
I mean, I think so. That you got 10 years to work with right here, right?
And this is a vast galaxy we're talking about, man.
Like, have you guys?
You can go way far back.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead, Martin.
No, I haven't seen this. And then I'm scrolling through, like, Disney Plus. There's something called The Bad Batch.
Bad Batch.
That's awesome. That's kind of good. It's kind of It's kind of the book you're reading that turned into The Bad Batch. From what I understand,
and that's the thing. Like, you can go off of that, and if from your guys' reaction on The Bad Batch, I'm assuming you guys can do that with everything. Like, I don't know. There's so many opportunities, and if all three of you liked it, I'm pretty sure if I go watch tonight, I'm pretty sure. Like, damn.
I think it'll be right up your alley, Martin.
Okay.
Yeah. It's definitely fun. You get I always get a laugh whenever Omega is like whenever she says her name. But yeah, so yeah, you might like it, but also you don't need to extend the timeline because you have thousands of years before the Skywalker, that can happen. I mean, all the different cool Sith Lords. I mean, shit, you could make an origin story. I would be very careful how you touch that, but you can do an origin story of how
you're still touching main characters or the origins of these characters. I would stay away from it. I would love to see if they can just do something different.
Yeah, I mean that too. Just go to a random group of Jedi all the way on the other side of the universe and how they dealt with stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I really like it's one of those few kind of franchises where I can earnestly say that the possibilities are pretty limitless.
It's an actual galaxy. It's
It's an
actually it's like we have a world. I talk about Harry Potter being the greatest franchise I think that's ever been created.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just in this one little world.
Yeah.
Star Wars is galaxies. It's everything. It's all encompassing. Dune and Star Wars are in the same place. So I mean, these things are like that's how huge Star Wars is.
Yep.
And I would like to see them expand their horizon instead of going in between everything of stories that we see. I love them to see something that someone takes it out of the box and just goes way out left field.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, a lot of people complain about that. It's like, oh, you have this giant galaxy and you have the outer rim and this and that and this and that, and you're always on Tatooine. Like always. What the fuck? It's like, come on,
I would love to see something different, like Darth Raven or something like that.
Yeah, Raven would be cool. Bane. I think Darth Bane has a cool story. I mean, people like these bad guys, and definitely was. I believe Raven, Darth, was it Raven? He was good and then went bad and then went good again.
Yeah, that's why he had that purple sort of Windu kind of thing. So,
yeah, so like there's so much you can touch. They're kind of writing right now. There's not the new, is it the New Republic? The new storyline that Star Wars is creating, it's not doing well. And a lot of people are like not liking it just because they're like, it doesn't make sense with everything. But you could do more of that, go a little bit farther into past, go do this. So like Brandon said, it's literally limitless, so try different things. At the very least, try different things.
Yeah.
So